glass around your house, no walls, no doors, just so everybody can see everything all the way through.
Exactly. That's
what it is. That's what it is.
And I live in India. There's not one person watching me from the side. Like there are like 4,000 people looking at me. So it's a very different ball game here. But I do follow like two very cool mental health professionals from the US. Actually, they're females, and they talk about how mental health professionals are judged on social media for being like for drinking or for smoking or for wearing provocative clothes. Because I do get this. I get it. I get this a lot because a lot of my clients, I have an open profile on Instagram. A lot of my clients follow me, and I don't really have a problem with that because I'm not hiding anything from anybody. But
I applaud that. That's good.
I do on the odd chance, like in therapy, they'll tell me, "Oh yeah, but you were partying last night and you must be hungover." And I'm just like, I'm
Let's
allowed.
Talk about you.
Yeah. Like, I'm a human. Like, I go out, I have friends, I socialize, I drink, and it's okay. So I feel like that's a really important message. And a lot of mental health professionals around the world are trying to debunk that, we are also human beings.
That's great.
Which most people forget. Most people totally forget that.
Well, it's a lot of projection, right? We end up becoming what people need us to be for their world to make sense. And that's true of everybody. I mean, from the grocery clerk to the professional athlete. I mean, they all become what we need them to be for our egos to make sense of it. Who are the two people that you follow very closely? I want to know who those people are.
Okay, so I'm supremely dyslexic. So when I read names, I'm genuinely very dyslexic. And when I read names,
but usually people don't laugh when they say that.
No, it's just like when I read the name and what the name actually is are two different things. So I will send it to you if I can, because for the love of God, I cannot say it. I can't remember it. I can't even read it clearly because that's just
How'd you get through school? So, serious question.
So honestly, I paid a lot more attention in school. Now my attention is a bigger issue than my dyslexia is. But in school,
you're getting old.
Also,
you're getting old.
Thanks for that. I'm only 28, but okay. Close to 30 marks. So, oh my God.
I love that. I'm glad I could tease you about that. I'm 42. I can make fun of you.
Of course.
You got gray hair and everything. Sorry, go on.
How did I get through school? I had a lot of help, and I was honestly very dedicated towards proving everybody wrong that I suck. I was just like, I'm going to prove you guys wrong. I don't suck.
Really?
And literally the only thing that set me apart from all the high ranking students was the fact that my sentences would have, like, a single sentence would have, like, if it has 7 words in it, out of 7, 5 would be incorrect. But I was still not diagnosed while I was in school because of, I guess, because there was lack of awareness. So I did not have a diagnosis. I did not get the concession that generally a learning disabled student would get.
Happens
but it's
a
fine.
lot. That happens a lot.
But it's absolutely fine because honestly, once you get out of school and you're in, say, high school, college degree, getting your bachelor's, etc., they don't really care too much about the spellings anymore. They just care about what you're writing. So it sort of worked for me in that sense because I was just like, what I wrote was fine. It just sometimes the spelling, like E and A, would be swapped. And if any word had too many vowels in it, I would just feel so confused. Like I would not be able to spell it correctly in one single page even once. So there'll be like 10 different spellings of like the word convenient because I still can't spell convenient. It's really hard for me to, I don't know, there's too many vowels at the same time everywhere. I just can't.
When did you figure out that it was dyslexia, and like how did you work through it, I guess?
So when I started studying psychology, I was interning at a clinic with a clinical psychologist, and he had the LD testing, which I was just like, okay, I want to do this, because I had to learn it anyway so we were doing it on each other, like the interns.
Right.
So I said, like, I'll take the test. And all of it, like dysgraphia, dyscalculia, all of it sort of propped up. And I was just like, well, hello, I've not, I've been saying this for so long. Nobody has been listening to me.
Oh, man.
Because nobody knows what it is. But like literally this has been the problem. But I mean, I got through fine. So I guess it wouldn't have been that bad. I just think like over time, social media has made it worse because all these names of everyone on social media, it's so confusing. You know what I mean? Like, so it took me the longest time to get your clinic's name, like to read it, to be able to read.
Oh, Zephyr?
Yeah. Because I was just like, I just don't understand what it's going to sound like.
Interesting.
It's super hard for me. And on Instagram, the two words are put together. So for me, it's one word and I'm not able to decipher that they're two different words.
That's wild.
So this is a huge problem I face every day. So when I see things on Instagram and someone asks me what was the name of the page, I can't, for the love of God, I can't say it because they are all like random words put together, which make a bigger random word that don't make sense to me. That's what it is.
That sounds like a different kind of dyslexia than I have one of my best friends has been dyslexic his whole life and he didn't discover it till later also. And what he's got is like, he transposes words, like he reads it all fine, but he has to slow down. Like it takes him like absurdly long times to read something that normally a random person would take, 5 minutes. It takes him 30. And so he does a lot of audiobooks these days, but yours sounds like it's like this, almost like I'm just guessing here, but it sounds like a graphic misinterpretation. It's like it blends together.
Right.
So it is called dysgraphia. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I mean, it's encouraging though, for people who may be listening, like, I know that a lot of parents who have kids who are struggling with some sort of developmental delay or learning disability, they don't know what it is. And there's school psychologists are few and far between here, and it's hard to get them tested, and there's a backlog and all that stuff. So it's nice to know that somebody who, achieved a doctoral level degree and, is highly successful is like, oh yeah, me too. I also have a learning disability, and life's not over just because of that. That's really cool. Thank you.
Absolutely not over, because I was not even diagnosed and I still got through school and I did okay. I was not exceptional because of obviously the obvious reason.
Sure.
But I did fine and it's okay. Like at the end of it, nobody even remembers how you fared in school. It's what you do after that counts. So
absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. That's really nice of you. Hey, before I let you go, because we've gone on for like almost 2 hours now. How is Jay? Do you still talk to Jay Punjabi?
Of course, I still talk to Jay. He's still my business partner.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I haven't kept up, I guess.
Yeah. So he is sort of only handling the back-end business administrative work of Invisible Illness. He's doing really well apart from that. So he is actually doing music production on the side.
He is still good.
Yes. And he's doing really well. He opened his own recording studio actually in Mumbai around 6 months ago.
Whoa, that's cool.
It's amazing. It's absolutely a beautiful place and it's stunning. He's right now in the Maldives. He's gone for a dive trip, which he organized for like 26 of his friends. He's doing a lot and he's really killing it in life. I really envy him. And
that's
his energy.
Cool. That's great. I saw one thing is I follow you guys both. I've been off Instagram for a couple months now, which I'm healthier for. But I remember him posting something where he was like doing the equivalent of snowboarding, and I've snowboarded a ton in my life.
But in the sand.
But in sand, I know, it was awesome. I was like, that's amazing. And I messaged him. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. He's like, yeah, until you get sand in your shorts or something, whatever he said. I was like, yeah, I'll take the snow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, dude, I want to go sandboarding. That's amazing.
I know, right? I mean, it was insane. So he went with Etihad Airlines for a fully paid trip for the Grand Prix in Abu Dhabi. And all of these things that he was doing was completely fully paid. And I was just like, this is the life.
How did...
what is going on? You're sandboarding and it's for free? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I would say yes also. Oh
Yes.
man. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you. You're like 14 time zones ahead of me or something like that, which means it's, I don't know, like 1 a.m. or something there. Do you I'm closing up the podcast this way these days. Do you have something that you want to leave the listening audience, some little tidbit or piece of information or some invitation or challenge or something like that, some takeaway?
And I mean, I find myself saying this a lot. I think every time I interact with other people, I just feel like compassion is one thing that is really missing in human society. And if we all just become even 1% more compassionate than we were yesterday, I feel like we will all be so much happier as a community, as a society, as humanity. And I genuinely feel we all have it in us to be that. So this is something I find myself saying a lot. So I'm just going to say that again, that I think that everyone has the capacity to be a little more compassionate than they were yesterday. So we should definitely take the opportunity to just like pause in that moment and think of it from a more compassionate angle, whatever it is that you're going through, whether it is wearing 2 masks or wearing 10 masks or nobody wearing a mask. Whatever the dilemma is, I feel like everyone needs to just pause, look at it from a more compassionate perspective, and then take a decision, then use words, and then take action from that perspective. And that's what I'd like to leave people with, basically.
I love it. That's beautiful. I have nothing to add. That's great. Thank you for saying that. I think we all need that reminder. So, how do people reach you on the interwebs?
You can find me on my personal profile, which is Jasdeep Mago, or on Invisible Illness India, which both are on Instagram. You can also find me on Twitter under the same handles, which I also respond to now. I'm trying to be more active. It's my 2021 resolution to be more active on Twitter. Yeah, that's the only way you can find me. Right. Pretty much.
JASDEEP MAGO, Jasdeep Mago.
Thank you for spelling that, because sometimes I also make mistakes in spelling my own name. So just joking.
This is why it's enjoyable. We can have good laughs about things that other people think are quite serious, but they're really not. So thank you. Appreciate your time. Thanks for carving it out. I know that Safisa will appreciate it also. And as I try to say every episode, this information doesn't do any good locked up in our heads. So please share it around with your friends and family. And as always, we wish you great mental wellness. Bye-bye.